Is Ali Carter being silenced?
I'm sure she is. I um I hope it's not my fault. I made an outcry to her that I'm willing to talk to her.
I was at a Diddy party. I was one of the party favors. But I told you, nobody tells on Diddy.
Ali Carter just dropped another bomb about the Epstein files, and this time she's talking about powerful names walking around infected. Word is, what's buried in those documents ain't just about wild gatherings, but about consequences they tried to keep quiet. If she's telling the truth, this gets way darker than anybody expected. If you've been following this situation from the very beginning, then you already understand that Ali Carter did not suddenly appear once the headlines got loud. She had been speaking long before the raids, RICO case, and sentence. At a time when most people were dismissing the whispers as conspiracy talk, she was online describing what she said was happening inside elite spaces that the public never gets to see. Back then, many people wrote her off as someone looking for attention, assuming she was chasing clout by attaching herself to powerful names. Now, the timeline feels different because parts of what she described years ago appear to echo details that only recently became public. According to Ali, her experience did not begin in Hollywood, but inside a system that was meant to protect her. She has alleged that certain CPS placements did not function as safe havens, but instead operated as pipelines that quietly delivered young individuals into elite environments under the guise of opportunity or mentorship.
Trafficking over the border was for who? Protective Services is your supplier. Is anybody going to talk about that? The immigrants that are coming across the border, that all those they were just scooping up out of boats and out of the water, they're now coming in and they're throwing them right into the system. Aurora, Colorado, Springfield, Ohio. Where do you think all those are going?
She maintains that she was not invited into those spaces by choice, but rather placed there while not of legal age, confused, and surrounded by adults whose wealth and influence created an atmosphere where accountability seemed non-existent. One of the most uncomfortable aspects of her account involves her claim that she ended up at gatherings hosted on Diddy's island. She has described those events not as typical industry celebrations, but as controlled environments where folks not of age were used as party favors.
I was a party favor.
What does that mean?
I was a party favor. I was somebody you could take off the table.
So you're telling me they set
I set
on a table, like when you go to a birthday party and they have gift bags for everybody that comes that have candy and toys in them,
Yep.
and they set them on the table. So you're telling me at the freak off parties,
Mm-hmm.
they put on the table instead of gift bags,
Mm-hmm.
and then people can do what?
Take you off the table and have some.
At the time she first shared these details, many people dismissed her claims as exaggerated. But now Diddy locked up and federal attention has intensified, viewers are revisiting her older live streams with a different perspective. What has also shifted public perception is the tone in her voice when she recounts these events. Even critics who question specific details often admit that her emotion does not feel staged. She pauses, struggles to finish certain sentences, and appears to relive the experiences as she speaks. She has said repeatedly that she is not only speaking for herself, but for other young individuals who, according to her, still present in similar environments and don't have the courage or platform to speak.
What about the victims? Our PTSD lives on every damn day that they did what they did. But it's only talked about when it's trending. I'm a choreographer and I love kids even though I can't have. So if you have met me in this time, I thank you for spending the time that you have with me. Because now that you see all this stuff on Twitter, and now that you see all this stuff on social media, you've met the real me. You've spent time with the real me. You know that I would do anything to keep a child safe. You know that I would do anything to have some peace.
Then January 2026 arrived, releasing millions of pages of emails, logs, and images. The conversation shifted from quiet suspicion to loud speculation. Jeffrey Epstein, whose network had long stretched across business, politics, royalty, and entertainment, returned to the forefront of public discussion more concretely. As those files circulated, certain names began surfacing in archived tips and submissions, including Jay-Z and Pusha T. Although Although these mentions were not proven findings, their presence in official documents reignited debate and widened the scope of suspicion. At that point, many people began circling back to Diddy because of a geographical and social overlap that had previously drawn little mainstream attention. Diddy was known to own property in close proximity to Epstein's island, placing them within overlapping elite travel routes and insulated social circles.
But again, see, he's in cahoots with Epstein. And then
was he in cahoots with Epstein, or was it just a similar type of an operation?
No, they were friends.
Really?
Yeah, because Epstein had a on Miami as well, that really private, rich estate in Miami. So they were all in cahoots as well. But
And while there has been no official confirmation linking Diddy directly to Epstein's operations, proximity alone has fueled public speculation. This leads to a question that continues to circulate online. If young individuals were allegedly present on Diddy's island, could some of those same individuals have also been present on Epstein's island, especially when images from the DOJ release show heavily redacted young girls beside powerful men? Allie's story becomes even more layered when she suggests that the damage she carried away from those environments was not only emotional. She has hinted that she left with a physical consequence, specifically an STD. In light of what has been alleged about the nature of those gatherings, that claim has drawn serious attention. Whose house gets raided and over 1,000 baby oils recovered with no hint of any protection kit? Diddy been known to be all wild and reckless, and in recent years, several women have filed lawsuits claiming they contracted her from men allegedly connected to Diddy's circle, and some have presented medical documentation within those legal filings. Jaguar Wright has added to the controversy by alleging that Diddy had been battling HIV for years and that other men in the industry may have contracted infections through the same circle. She has claimed that a list of approximately 20 names exists, though none of those names have been officially confirmed.
Families could have that opportunity just like everybody else.
I mean, he actually caught HIV, like having like a lot of women.
Oh yeah, let's just go down the rabbit hole of all of his sins.
I'm just saying.
You want to know what's wild about that though? He faced that head up.
He did.
And he didn't stop. And he didn't stop doing what he's done.
He an advocate. Now he did that. And
period. Listen to me. He faced that head up. How many dudes is running around undetectable, G?
Come on.
In the game.
Man.
Because I could tell you 20 right now that I could rattle off names.
But whether people believe Jaguar or not, her allegations have intensified the conversation around health risks inside elite gatherings. Ali Carter has hinted that some of the names whispered in the industry may connect to what happened to her. And one of the first names that caught public attention was Usher. Usher lived with Diddy when he was a teenager, an arrangement that was initially framed as mentorship. Years later, Usher described that period as curious, stating that he saw things he did not fully understand and emphasizing that he would never want his own children placed in a similar situation.
Hey, it was curious. I got a chance to see some things.
Yeah, but you were 13. What were you seeing?
I went there to see the lifestyle.
Right.
And I saw it. And it was but I don't know if I could indulge and understand what I was even looking at. It was pretty wild.
Would you ever send your kid to Puffy camp?
Hell no.
Usher has also faced lawsuits from women alleging he transmitted her claims he has denied. The overlap between those allegations and Allie's claims has prompted many to revisit old interviews and timelines. Another name that generated strong reactions is Denzel Washington. Allie has stated that she saw him at one of these gatherings. Denzel's public persona has long been that of a disciplined family man, and there have been older rumors suggesting he once left a Diddy party abruptly after witnessing something he disapproved of.
And you're telling me Denzel was there and it was after 1 o'clock when he supposedly left?
And beanie socks and a gold chain.
So you're telling me Denzel Washington was kid? He had a beanie on, socks on, and a gold chain, and that's it. In front of funny. Because he sure portrays himself to be than now.
So a lot of them do.
While there is no evidence of wrongdoing on his part, the mere suggestion of his presence has sparked intense debate about what attendees may have seen or known. Steve Harvey's name has also entered the conversation due to his visible association with Diddy in past years, including vacations and public events. While there are no direct accusations linking him to Ali's claims, some observers question whether anyone closely associated with those circles might have been aware of questionable behavior and chosen silence to protect personal brands.
Here's the thing. You're not sitting right here. You're not sitting right here. And it cuts deeper than probably a financial problem. It cuts deeper than a spiritual problem. It cuts deeper than a location problem. It cuts deeper than a soul problem.
Will Smith's name has circulated in similar discussions, largely because of past photos and rumors tying him to industry gatherings connected to Diddy. Although he has denied involvement in any misconduct, his proximity to certain events has kept his name in online debates.
I don't have to do with Puffy, so y'all can stop all that means. Stop all of that bullshit. I ain't been nowhere near no damn freak off.
Finally, Naomi Campbell has drawn attention due to her documented association with Epstein and her past closeness to Diddy. Allegations have claimed she attended events within Epstein's circle, though she has denied knowledge of underage activity.
Focus on the negative and say this is a vanity charity. There's no vanity about it.
Do you think it's fair to draw you into the Charles Taylor story when you were only a witness? After all, the picture they used clearly shows someone cropped from it. Presume that was President Mandela?
Yes, I do think it's unfair. For me, it's a distorted piece of journalism, and I do love great journalism. But this is a direct character assassination, and it belongs in like an Orwell book.
But her rumored romantic connection to Diddy in the early 2000s and her later distancing from him after his legal troubles have fueled additional speculation about overlapping social networks. All of this leads to broader questions. If infections were allegedly circulating within insulated elite environments, how many people were aware of the risks and chose silence? How many distanced themselves only after legal scrutiny intensified? Do you believe Ali Carter's account reflects a deeper pattern that is only now coming into focus? Or do you see these connections as a coincidence amplified by public outrage? If even a portion of her story aligns with documented lawsuits and federal investigations, how many powerful names remain shielded behind redactions and reputation? Share your thoughts below, cause this whole circle looking messy. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and check out our next video on the end screen.